adelantado, llega 15 minutos antes, llega 15 minutos antes y el fin llega. Y nosotros, güey, así. Pinche mando. Casi le quiero contar. Deja.
Hi. Can you believe it's the end of the year? I'm like, oh my god, it's so weird. When I was walking up, I'm like, oh, it's actually happening.
I know.
You know what? It's going by too fast.
It is.
And it
Yeah.
just seems like it was just winter. And now
Yeah, I agree.
enjoy the show. Winter last week. I had on my winter coat last week. And then yesterday I had on shorts and flip flops. I felt weird. I know. Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah, that is like a super big layer.
And you're right there.
¿Cuál enero?
I'm over here. We're sitting by the principal.
Oh, is that where I'm sitting right there? You're going to sit by the principal? Okay.
We're gonna have a book. Then the people that don't have a book. You have a book? Yay. It needed like.
I'll take
You
it.
have a book?
I don't. Can I have one? Can I buy one?
You're supposed to sit in the square.
Nobody's gonna do mine. You're gonna sit.
Because this square is mine.
Okay, you can have that.
And can I have the Cinderella toy? The Cinderella toy with the green, with the like pink top and the pink skirt and the blue top and the blue skirt. And
Dress thing that you bought her.
Oh,
yeah,
you have it?
yeah, because I want to bring it to the
I thought you took it. You didn't take it?
Got the little pieces.
I keep it.
Oh, I don't care. I bought it for you.
I mean, I don't know when you're gonna get it. You're not going to get it.
Maybe Grandma can drop me off the. Maybe Grandma can take me and drive me back
Plenty
home.
to do.
Que quería barros ahí.
And Dad offset you with the food. So do you really want Grandma to take it? Hannah,
Just hang on. Just hang on.
Think about it.
I'll tell you.
I want to sit on. Okay,
I asked you when you were down there if you had one bathroom. You said no. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I don't want to. Here, I'll help you get down. Here, I'll help you.
Okay, wait a minute.
one step at a time.
Bajita nomás, ustedes.
I gotta get used to the rules.
Sí, tiene la pieza. ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Pregúntale, pregúntale qué tiene el servicio. Dile que te lo dé. Si de paso tienes que hacerse. Sí, como ahorita. Y para que te vas a quedar afuera, luego te quedas afuera. Sacar afuera. Bien, ahí te va a agarrar su calor. Esto. Es que le hable.
No, because I was in the nice band and I went like that. So then
Porque ahí le vas a poner cuando vayas.
I thought I'd organize.
Pagan todo. Por la máquina. Córtalo.
Yeah, so how's it going? It's good, it's good. You have a sibling in the band? Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I have a little sister in the band, yeah. Grow up? Yeah, I can sit wherever. I just want I don't want my head to feel Should we maybe go up there? I'd come to
Let's think about this.
You've been here at the school. Yeah, when he came home, he said Carter had said something to him. I mentioned it. Yeah. Oh, did he? Yeah. Gee, how he told you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It was really, the first few nights were really hard to go to bed. You know, he was just thinking, what just tomorrow will be coming. It's a visitation 4 to 7, and then a burial later. But yeah, we figured, you know, it was just like you never know what to do. You don't plan those kind of things. Yeah.
Cart.
Well, actually, about 6 at work. That's item. Bench out on the sidewalk. I'm going to be noticed.
Testing.
Above on 4th and Georgia. Somebody came by that drove through this and he said, about 50 years. Next, they just approached it. And we gave it like all the way to the west box. And redo it. Our problem is, sewer so we're standing now. We're going to get in there. We got water main rates for the day on my west box. So now we're spending like $2 million. There's grant money, there's some schools. All just got
Okay. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the 2022 Band Spring Concert, our first one in 3 years. And quite excited about the opportunity to have the bands perform for you live and in person, and also the internet, because we are live streaming this on the YouTube channel. So first of all, welcome to all of those who are watching at home. Also, you can go home and watch this later if you so choose. It's a wonderful opportunity, being back in person the pandemic has also taught us that we can also use technology to make these experiences better. You're going to get to hear all the bands and all the band students. You can see them all seated in front of you here in the Parkside band program. And they worked very hard this year. We're really excited to get to present our final concert for you. So we're going to start with our jazz band. What I'm going to do is kind of introduce each group as to what they are and in terms of what music they've been doing, what we've been working on. And we're starting with our jazz band. Our jazz band has been meeting Wednesday afternoons, a few other rehearsals here and there. We haven't really had a chance to perform much other than at our winter concert, but then we are going to perform tomorrow at Northview School and present our songs to them, 2 concerts there, kind of our first tour in a few years. They're going to play a jazz tune called Riffing Around. We've been working on improvisation, so you're going to hear some soloists. We're going to be doing a little bit of improv. And then we're going to play a piece that we always done for Pep Band. Our jazz band was our pep band for many years until the pandemic hit. We're going to start it back up again next year. We always did parts of an arrangement from Queen. Well, today, we're just going to do the whole Queen arrangement as it's written, with We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, and Another One Bites the Dust. We've never done it like this before, so it's kind of cool, kind of exciting. So please welcome our 2021-2022 jazz band, Riffing Around and Best of Queen. So now we're going to move to our 5th grade band. Every one of these students that are behind me had not touched their instrument until September. And they had a first beginning. We had our sign-ups at the beginning of the year, then they started lessons, then they started band. They've had band all over the place. They were doing band lessons during social studies period. They had band starting in the woodwinds and brass in the band room. Then they started having band in the cafeteria. And then we came back into the band room, but then we had some in the cafeteria, back in the band room, and then today they had their first one in the gym. So it's been kind of a crazy year for them in terms of where they're going, but they've had a wonderful year, and they're doing great things. You're going to hear 10 songs, but they're all kind of quick. And what we do, I always like to feature each section. So we're going to see the section feature songs. You already see those in the program. They'll be thrown in. Each section will have their own little song. The first 2 songs are harmony songs. One's a duet. They get to choose their part. They're repeated, so they actually have to do both parts, but they get to choose which part they do first. They also, the round that we do is one that they chose, which one was the best sounding grouping. They voted for it, and so what you're going to hear is what they thought was the best round grouping. That's going to be Sweetly Sings a Donkey. And then Skip It Lou is the Soli and Tootie song. And we let some of them volunteer if they wanted to be featured in a Soli group where there'd be one instrument in that one. So you're going to hear 4 of them that'll be kind of interspersed throughout the ensemble, like a flute and a baritone and a snare drum and trumpet example all playing together at the same time. And there'll be like 5 of them, and then everybody comes in together. That's Skip It Lou. And then we finish with one that I think is becoming their favorite song, and Cadet Band is Russ's favorite until just recently with Bingo. So here, please welcome our 21-22 5th grade band. go ahead and talk now, because one of the things about the fact that we were able, this is the first time we've been able to put 4 complete different sets for each band out there. So every band has their own place to be, which is awesome. And we always usually just done 2 sets and then they switch chairs around, and it's really great that it's like this. Problem is, the percussionists all has to do, because they don't have a set of snare drums and bass drums for every single ensemble. So while they're getting set up, this is going to be our 6th grade cadet band. Now, in most years, our 6th grade cadet band is basically at the end of their 2nd year of playing. But because of the pandemic, this group, about half of them, started in April last year. We weren't able to start 5th grade band until April. And then the other half actually basically started this coming fall. So they're a little closer to the beginning band than what would be in a normal year. And so our songs that we've chosen for tonight, one of them is Round, Farajaka, that is also still in their book as well. But we start branching out. This is part of the year that we want them to start actually playing band music that isn't necessarily in unison. So the second piece, Montego Bay, is a band arrangement that's in their book. That's kind of a famous one, kind of a little bit of a calypso feel, where different instruments are playing different parts. We started doing that a little bit with Jingle Bells back in the winter concert, but we're expanding it more with Montego Bay. And then the third piece is truly what we're going for, building up. Arley Concert March is basically sheet music, not in their books, a complete page of music where they have all different parts. So they're growing and learning, and they've had a great year, and they're really enthusiastic, and I'm excited to see their progress and ready for them to be up in concert band. Looks like they're ready to go. So please welcome the 21-22 6th grade cadet band. this is going to be the part of the concert where we're going to do some little announcements, recognition of band students, because lots of things that have happened here from the end of the year. And so I actually do want to, before we start with the recognition of some of the band students, I do want to recognize the percussion section of the cadet band, especially Asha Avroni. We were missing one today, a critical one that was out today, that they had to fiddle around and find different parts, and it was way different than what they rehearsed to. So I'd like to give them another round of applause for adapting. If there's one thing we've learned in this pandemic, it's how to adapt and how to make things happen, and they did a great job, so good job to you guys. We had our Bangor Annual Festival, our first in-person one a couple weeks ago, the weekend of April 29th and 30th. And we had several students, mostly in the 7th and 8th grade, who performed. They performed a concert here on Friday night, but then they performed solos and ensembles, and were given awards and such. We recognized a lot of them at the awards ceremony, but it's nice to be able to recognize them here as well. So what we'd like you to do, what we'd like to do, to kind of give you an idea of how well the day went. Every student gets a rating of either first division, superior, second, excellent, or third, good. Okay? And so what I'd like to do is, for those of you who earned either a first division in either a solo or an ensemble, if you could please stand so we can recognize you right now. As you can see, a vast majority of our group who had a really good day. They also have something called a Most Outstanding Ensemble. What the Most Outstanding Ensembles are is when they put duets, trios, or quartets. I say I do it, or they do it. They ask me, can I begin a duet or a trio, and we put it together. And the judge gets to pick one for the entire day. It doesn't matter which school they're at. They pick one that the best one they heard all day. And we had 4 ensembles that were out of the 6 rooms we had. We had 4 ensembles who were recognized as the most outstanding ensemble. They all got a certificate, and so I'd like to recognize them. The flute saxophone duet of Taylor Visconti and Michaela Smith. The jazz ensemble of Gwen Gress, Sam Einhaus, Zane Odell, Desmond Odell, Michaela Smith, and Clara Maskey. This is going to be a little interesting one, because I don't think you've probably, even if you're not really that experienced in band, those who have experienced in band probably have never had an ensemble like this. The saxophone, baritone, snare drum trio of Connor Kalowski, Cameron Rankin, and Ever McCormick. And our more conventional percussion ensemble, and it's all of them: Leo Meyer, Ever McCormick, Reese McCormick, Jed Andrioni, Bo Lawrence, Matty Buffo, and Michael Yankee. Now, there's another award that's called our Most Outstanding Soloist Award. And the judge picks one soloist from each school that is to be recognized as the best solo that they heard from that particular school that day in their room. We had 5 of them out of the 6, because one room, our clarinet room, we didn't have any participants. You might notice that our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders don't have any clarinets, so we're going to work on that. Our 5th graders are coming up nice and strong with our clarinets, and you obviously heard them, and they were awesome. So in our first room, we had a piano soloist. We got a Most Outstanding Soloist, and one thing that we do is that if they win it for the first time, they get their certificate, but they also get a pin that we give them to recognize that as well. If they're second year, they get a trophy. So our piano soloist was Cameron Rankin, his first year of Most Outstanding Soloist. Next, most outstanding soloist, first year trumpet soloist, Samuel Winehouse. Another first year most outstanding soloist, trombone, Zayden Odell. Snare drum soloist, first year most outstanding soloist, Leo Meyer. And we did have a second year person, because we did have a virtual Bandorama Festival last 2 years, and we did recognize most outstanding soloists, and there was one that was most outstanding soloist last year and also this year. Alto saxophone soloist, Michaela Smith. Okay, so you 6th graders and 5th graders, I hope you're watching, because that's going to be you guys next year. You get to be part of the Bandorama, be solos and or ensembles, and be recognized as well. Next year's Bandorama is at JFK, in the last week of April. We'd like to, obviously, when putting together a concert, lots of people to thank, lots of things, especially nowadays, just getting back into the swing of things. I know you saw in your program notes of people to thank. There are a couple here tonight. Dr. Anderson Myers back there doing the live stream. You can wave to her, please give her a round of applause for everything that she does to help us out. If you are a Peru band parent of any one of these 70 plus students that are here, please stand so we can recognize you. We know with so many activities that the kids are in, it's a tough choice to have them do one more. And we know how much you value not only music, but value your students being able to play and pay. We know instruments aren't necessarily cheap. To be able to participate in the band. And I think it's such a great thing for these students to have this back again. And it's not just playing music, it's also being social. Opportunity to get to know more people, get to know each other. It was great in the band room for those 10 minutes, 15 minutes to have everybody in there. 5th graders, talking to 7th and 8th graders, 6th graders. We're all one family. You know, we've talked about family all year. That's what this is. It's a band family. And every one of them, and it's just like a family, an extended family. But it's just so neat to have it back together. So, and we know you're a part of that. And so thank you so much for having your students participate in the band. And speaking of family, I do need to thank my own. A good chunk of them are here tonight. My wife Frances, Rachel and Jordan, my daughters, who have not seen me for the last few weeks. So, and it's back to normal. You know, my wife had a birthday Tuesday, and 2 years we were having normal May, like we actually got to celebrate, and all of a sudden Tuesday was like, wow, going crazy. It was like what it always has been. So thank you to you for supporting what we do, and I am going to be coming home a little more often now. So thank you to all my family. Thank you to all my families. Okay, I'm trying to say, I think Mr. Tipton is here, so please thank him when you see him. I know he's out and about, but after the concert is over, I know he would greatly appreciate if you want to stay and help to put stuff away. I know some of the kids will have to do that as well. So that will happen at the end when we finish here. And right now, we are ready to get our concert band ready to go. This is our 7th and 8th grade group. These are the ones that have persevered through the pandemic to continue staying in band and have enjoyed it tremendously. It is all 7th and 8th graders. Some of them, a couple of them started this year, and are learning and doing great things. And the songs we're going to play for you are kind of fun ones. A prehistoric suite is basically a song about dinosaurs. Obviously, do that in your program. It's supposed to represent the sound of each of them. I do need to explain the fourth movement. Fourth movement is the battle. And it starts off with random notes. You'll kind of hear it a little bit. But there's a battle toward the end of it that we like to have a little fun with. We have split the band into two groups. On the left side is T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus. On the right side is Triceratops. They're going to battle it out. Who can play, well, I shouldn't say this way, but the most obnoxiously, as they battle each other to see who's going to win. They don't know who's going to win. I'm not going to decide that until the very moment when we decide, okay, who won the battle, and then the loser of the battle is going to die, and you're going to hear them making sounds like that. And then the winner is going to be really, really, really happy. So you'll see, is it T-Rex or Triceratops, and they don't know who's going to win. It's going to be live, and we'll see how they do. Sometimes it's the T-Rex, sometimes this afternoon it was T-Rex. We'll see. So that's the battle, and then we're going to finish with a song we played at our Maid-A-Round concert, Rights of Tamboro by Robert Debussy. Please welcome our 2020, 21, 2022 concert band. I'm sorry, one more little thing. In one of the conventions of music, when you have a multi-movement work, is you actually hold applause until the very end, the last movement is finished. So you will hold your applause for Prehistoric Suite until after the battle. And I know you want to clap that. We thank you for coming. And my goal today, besides all this wonderful music and having the students be great, my own personal goal, done in an hour. 1 hour, 1 minute. 1 minute off. So, thank you again for coming. We really enjoyed getting to play for you. We hope you have a wonderful May when it actually goes back to spring instead of summer. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. So have a great rest of the year. Thank you.